Welcome back to another edition of the Ultimate Car 959 Top 30. Told you season 2, I'm bringing all your favorites. Some have been hiding, I would say, or not. Nadia Nakai, were you hiding? Were you not hiding?
I wasn't hiding. I was just working.
Working.
Yeah.
Nadia Nakai joins me in studio, man. How you been, though?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
Past 2 years, COVID. How's that been
Yeah.
for you? How did that affect you and your work?
It was definitely tricky because it affected my work really intensely.
Yeah.
We couldn't perform the way that we used to.
Sure.
I think now the regulations have kind of lightened up, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
taken a bit of a knock to the entertainment industry. No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah. You've actually been in the news a lot because people, for some reason, want to know who you're dating, what you're doing about that. We're not about that life, right? But what I want to talk about is social media. It's a big part of a lot of artists' lives. You decided to quit Twitter.
Yeah.
Why?
I just realized that it was affecting my happiness a little too much.
Yeah.
I would wake up completely happy and just like not have a worry in the world. And then
yeah.
I'll sit on the couch and get on Twitter and just see a comment or something that's happening, and it'll just affect my whole day,
Yeah.
and it's been like that for a while. And I think a lot of people always say you need to have tough skin for Twitter. You have to be able to deal with it, and I believe you don't. I don't think I have to go through it to be an artist or to be successful.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a good
So
thing
the
for
blocking
me.
option was not for you. You were like,
You can't block everybody because then it makes everybody feel like, I feel like it makes them do more because it's like, oh, you saw me enough to go and block me. I'd rather just remove myself completely from the equation
yeah.
because I don't want you to feel like I'm even seeing anything of your stuff, even though I might be seeing some.
all right. And then what platforms do you use a lot now?
TikTok is
Yeah.
the biggest one. I think TikTok has like the best energy.
Okay.
I don't see a lot of like hating on TikTok. I think they celebrate people's individuality and creating things, and you might not be good at it, but people still like kind of support. It's really nice. And I get to see like everyday people as well, not just like people I know.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying TikTok.
What kind of content are you putting out there?
I'm a foodie, so I'm putting out like going to restaurants and talking about how good the food was at the restaurant. That's kind of my vibe, like with a voiceover.
Yeah. Catching up with Nadia Nakai, man. She's got a brand new song with Lucas Raps. We'll catch up with that a bit later on. For now, though, still trying to find out what she's been up to, right? So we spoke about the Twitter breaks and all of that, right? We just recently buried somebody called Dumitladi, and you had some sort of relationship with him.
Yeah. I've known Dumi for a very long time. Years. I met him when we first worked together on a Red Bull dance competition back in the day when I used to work for Red Bull.
Yeah.
And then we worked on a song called Presidential, and it's just so tricky to like even talk about it because I've always known him as somebody that's always been so happy. I didn't know that he was hurting the way he was, and I think I saw him. I was at his house probably like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
And he seemed so fine. He was so optimistic about the music he was working and the new sound direction he was going with, and just makes you think about how so many people, especially men, are dealing with a lot of pain and not being able to like talk about it. I'm not saying that he should have spoken to me about it. Maybe he had closer people that he could have probably leaned on. But at the end of the day, he was definitely in pain, and we've lost someone that's really special to a lot of us.
You in this industry as well. I mean, Dumitladi, Ricky Rick, all of that, right? How do you deal with pain, if I could call it that? Do you have an outlet? Do you go to therapy? Do you know?
I do go to therapy. Obviously, when my schedule gets a bit hectic, I sometimes make excuses not to have to go to therapy because you sometimes think, oh, your friends or your therapist is probably the best thing to do. But I can't say this is the instruction manual on how to deal with pain. I really don't know how to deal with pain. I deal with it as it comes, but at least I'm trying to put in structures that protect me from the pain that I feel like I really don't want in my life, and that's not necessary, you know. It's outside of pain. It shouldn't be something that should be affecting me or have access to me as much as I have allowed it to.
Yeah.
But I don't know what kind of answer I could give to how to deal with pain. You speak to your friends, you speak to your family, you work through it.
Yeah. You gave us a lot of hits, right? From the beginning, like you were saying, working with Dumitladi and all of that. And then you signed with Family Tree.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How was that in terms of your career, being part of Family Tree and eventually leaving?
It was great because working with Family Tree and being signed to them really pivoted my career.
Yeah.
For like new heights. I got exposed to a lot more. I got to perform in a lot of different places, and the exposure was amazing. So I think if it wasn't for Family Tree, probably a lot of people would know who I was
Yeah.
and how I've been able to grow my career the way that I have. And being able to say, okay, cool, thank you so much. I need to stand on my own 2 feet is a very scary step to take, but it's a take that I needed to take. Because it's just part of growth. You know, you just have to be able to do things and make your own decisions and just hire the people that you want to be part of your team. And I think that's understandable to every artist where they eventually want to be able to just spread their wings.
Yeah. So there's no bad blood. You know how people always say, hey, maybe she's leaving cause...
No, there's no bad blood. I think it was just time for me to leave. I think everything was changing in my life as well. And I was just like, no, I need to just reset and have a label that's going to cater for Nadia Nakai and not cater for Nadia Nakai because she's part of a family tree. Stable, you know. So it's not bad blood. It was a decision that I made and it was respected.
So Braga Record is all about you.
It's all about me, yes. 100%.
Let's talk about that. When did you decide you're going to start it? Because I believe such things are not things you kind of think about overnight. It takes a while to be like, you know what, let me get into this.
I think I've always been kind of running as a Braga Records stable anyway. I just didn't make it an announcement thing because even though I was under a label, I really was functioning like an independent like that. Obviously, I had the support where I needed it, but financially and like plugins and all of that stuff was something that I would facilitate myself as a label would, you know. And Braga is just a name that's always been alive from my clothing brand, so it was easy to just say Braga Records and just run with that. But it's I don't feel much has changed, to be honest.
It's not challenging though, because remember, with Family Tree, there's support, there's PR.
100%.
Now you're on your own.
100%, but it's just like it's challenging to find the right people for me now instead of just having adopted people that were already in place in the previous situation. Now I have to find people that really are about working with me and amplifying me and my music and my brand, and that is challenging. But now that is getting like, I think the pieces are getting into place, it's a lot easier and a lot more exciting. But I mean, starting any type of business in any type of industry will always be a bit challenging.
Besides that, are you into any other businesses now that you mentioned?
I am, but I don't want to mention it yet because I'm working on it at the moment. I will be launching something really cool and like close to me pretty soon, but right now I'm in the sampling phase, so it's still a bit early.
Okay. All right. Catching up with Nadia Nakai, she's got a brand new song. She says she's not the same. Well, that's what the song is called. And the first one you dropped under Braga. People want to go to Dubai, be in a thong and be on top of that idea. Talk to me about that particular song.
That song was just like, it was within COVID where we really couldn't travel as much, and I think I'd been trying to go to Dubai and I kept like booking, and then there'll be like a restriction and South Africa could get blocked again, you know. So I was really frustrated. I was just like, I really just want to be on a boat shaking my nyash on a yacht, you know. And that's exactly what that is. Just a fun song, and I felt like I needed to drop something after the announcement of me being independent fully, and then there's like a song offering, and I really enjoyed that song. It was really dope. But now I have to like focus on the proper structured kind of releases. I
was going to say, while we're looking at that song, having fun with it, thinking about Dubai, you know, shaking whatever on a yacht.
Yeah.
That reality show drops.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a real reality show, though?
It is a real reality show. What do you mean?
Just want to find out.
Young, Famous, and African.
Yeah.
It is a real reality show.
Wow, you guys live nice lives, eh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, South Africa is a blessing to be in this country because there's so many opportunities that are available to young Black Africans. And I think it's not even just South Africa, but I think as the continent as a whole, there's a big misconception of luxury in Africa. And I think they really think that we don't have these things here. And we really do. And I think when I see social media, on social media, people talking about it, and I saw another video of this American guy who was just apologizing to the African child because he's like, growing up, his mom would say, if he doesn't eat his food, there's African kids that are not eating. They're not eating. And then he saw the show and he was like, I apologize because I really thought African kids had no food. You know,
maybe we walk around with lions by our side,
you know, exactly. Obviously, there's parts in Africa where they needs assistance, but there's parts where we really are living the dream. We don't. The dream is not just in America. And I think especially Black Americans need to see that from us so that they know that they can always come back, because I think they really think we're suffering here and they can have an amazing quality life.
How easy was it for Africa you to even accept being part of this? Because I don't know how the casting works. Probably you get a call and they were like, hey, we're trying to do this.
Yeah, it took a while though. The process was quite strenuous. It was like it took a year to kind of like start filming from when we first got the calls. Like first it was like about the ideation of who possibly the cast would be. Then they did interviews. Then they would interview our ecosystem, like our parent, well, my mom and my aunts and whatever. And then they'll do a background check, a police background check, and all of those things.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once the cast was solidified, then we just started shooting, which was really cool because the cast was African as well. You had Diamond from Tanzania, Zari from Uganda, Annie and Swanky from Nigeria. So it was really dope to be able to have a reality show that showcases all aspects of Africa.
I'm actually interested to find out what your mom had to say, because we live in an era of social media. Showing off is our thing.
Yeah.
Parents, on the other hand, you know,
Showing off what?
I mean, if you young, famous, and African, it's all about what you have. You know, the lifestyle.
I don't think that's what portrayed when you watch the show. I think when you watch the show, I think the watch the show is how these young individuals, these creatives actually interact with each other and create their wealth or create this sustainability or their visibility. I honestly don't think it was really about always flash. It just happens that when we arrive to the shoot, we're in nice cars and have a nice bag. But I don't think that's the objective of the show. You know, it's really about just how we're really doing it here. You know, and what we're doing and
everything is real, right?
It is. So people think obviously you don't forget that there's a camera on you.
Yeah.
But right now we know that there's a camera on us, but no one scripted us on what we were going to talk about today. And that's exactly how it works. They put the cameras on, and then everything else happens absolutely naturally. And then they'll take what happens or whatever the content kind of manifests into. But it's not like they say you need to say this. Okay, stop, cut. Now you must get upset and throw your water. It's not like that at all. You know, the interaction and the way that the story's developed were completely organic.
I've often seen people say reality shows are not real anymore, so I'm glad to hear that. You know? They're actually real. You
They
know? 'Cause
are.
you watch a lot of shows, you're like, are these people really like that?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm glad to hear that, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, now you've got a brand new song. You teamed up with Warner on it.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Is Braga going under Warner? What's the deal?
We're still kind of solidifying exactly what that would actually entail. But they are definitely the new family, which I'm really excited about. I've been shopping for a while. That's actually the reason why I was quiet for so long, was because I was just trying to make sure that my record label stuff was sorted out, like I said. And I'm really excited about this new partnership with Warner.
And how easy is it or hard is it? Because there's all these majors, right? You're a solidified name. Everybody would like to work with you. But you had to decide that, let me sit back and look for what I'm actually looking for.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have that opportunity to me to be able to really take my time with certain decisions and really make sure that I understand the jargon, and I'm getting lawyers involved to make sure that I'm getting the best out of all the deals that I'm involved in. And I think that all comes with time, when you learn and you grow and you actually been in this business for as long as I've been. So it does take time. It is a lot of hard work, but it's all worth it in the end. And I know I've always known the type of support that I've wanted from a label, because I've been doing the legwork. So I know where the shortcomings are and what I need tightened up.
What do you make of the state of SA hip hop right now?
I believe the state of SA hip hop will always fluctuate like any genre in South Africa. Right now, Amapiano is really taking the wave. It's really putting South Africa on the world map, which is exciting and very proud of it. But I really think that when people say hip hop is dead, they really don't understand the life cycle of music. You know, hip hop has been there forever. It will always be there. I think that way that we make music is very different. It's not on the same pace as piano. We don't drop as fast or as quick, because it takes a lot longer to structure a hip hop song and a hip hop project. And I don't think we should change and try be like piano. Piano does that for them, and I think that works for them. But the reason why hip hop artists have longevity, I think, is because hip hop is a global phenomenon. You find hip hop in absolutely everywhere. It's not something that's just unique to South Africa, you know? So I always believe that there will always be cycles. Hip hop will be slow right now, trying to adjust their feet and see what the new hip hop sound is. And then it'll always come back.
The song is called Not the Same. Before we get into it, last question about piano, actually. I just thought of it now. Would you ever jump on one?
I would jump. I have actually jumped on a piano song, but it's for someone else. And it's actually with hip hop guys, funny enough. So that's why I was a little bit more comfortable. But I don't think I would drop a piano song like as a Nadia Nakai. It's not authentic to me. I think you need to be authentic to what is you. And I don't think you should just force yourself into a wave just because the wave isn't right now. So hip hop has always been authentic to me, and I'll never stop doing that.
Hip hop is also about sometimes diss songs. Right? People diss each other. It's not the same as this song?
No, I used to do that like a while ago. I used to throw jabs at people. I think I'm at this stage of my life, not even career, a stage of my life where I don't have time to be, I don't even want to entertain anything like that, because I'm really big on my energies.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go back and forth with you on a rap battle and rap songs and rap beef. I've never really been about that. Whereas before, like, if I'm pissed off, you'd hear it in the song.
sure, yeah.
But now it's not even about that. I'm not trying to start ish or entertain things. I'm not there at all.
What's not the same about, and why Lucas raps? Because you've got access to a lot of rappers.
Yeah. I've been a fan of Lucas Raps for a while. He's a really good rapper. I think he has a really good energy. He knows how to pivot his career.
Yeah.
Because I can see he's doing a lot of like fashion stuff. He's doing a lot of influencer stuff. So I know that he's very woke with how he can expand his brand. And for me, that's bigger than just having a musician on your project. We're not the same as literally just talking about what the title is saying.
Yeah.
It's a flex song. It's a song that a type of song that I'll always gravitate towards because I'm always about flexing. I think it's the nature of hip hop to always be like,
for sure.
I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, like I'm really good at this. And it's not necessary to just punt how I'm feeling. It's actually more to energize the listener. I want them to feel like they're the ish. I want them to feel like they're the bomb. I want them to feel like that. So that's exactly what We're Not the Same is about.
Is this for an EP, an album? Is there even still an appetite for hip-hop albums?
I think there'll always be an appetite for hip-hop albums because it doesn't take 8 years to cultivate fans and they just dissipate because, the fans are always there and they're ready to listen to the music that you're releasing because you've connected with them for so long. Yeah. So, yes, there's definitely an album. I think the topic, you said like I'm in the media a lot lately. So my topic matter will definitely get people to listen to my project because there's always something going on in my life.
Quite interesting, man. Dropped on the 22nd of July. Do make sure that you check it out. All right. Do you have a date for your EP album if you are working on it?
Not yet. No, I'm taking my time. Right now I'm just trying
to... Can we hit you up for features? Because I know a lot of guys are still going to be...
Of course, yeah. I mean, if it's something that I'm willing to deviate from my album to do a feature, I will. I'm not like a robot. I don't understand people that are like, I'm an album mode, but I can't do
people always say that. Album
like
mode,
if I want... No, it's a nice way of saying I really don't want to do your song.
Okay.
Like, so if I say that to you just
now you know.
I really just didn't want to do your song. And I didn't know how to tell you. But if it's a song that I think it's worth it, then I'll definitely do features. But I am focusing on my project, yes.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Nadia, thank you very much. TikTok, we want to follow you. Where do we find you?
It's Nadia Nakai everywhere.
Yeah.
You'll find me there nicely.
Check it out. Nadia Nakai on TikTok, especially if you love food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes people will come and be like, where's the music? Why are you telling me about food? It's a different platform.
I know. People must just relax. There's so many things we can do in this world.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.